And right now we have something really special going on, because we just launched the Adopt-a-Moringa tree program. And I want to show you the map of the property right now so you can see what's kind of going on here. Is we're standing out here in the middle of this row right here, and we're about to number 58, I do believe, is that one right there. We're going to count. We're going to go back and count together. I do a lot of filming over here, looking into this direction. We'll be out here later. And we already did this hedge area, but right now we're out here in the orchard. You can see here, this is the orchard here. We have the trees numbered. You can reserve a tree right now, become a sponsor. Someone asked me, what is it? What is the sponsorship? What is adopting a moringa tree? And what it is it's assuring that this property is designated agriculture for generations to come. When people sponsor their trees, they're making sure that this land is not being overdeveloped, and that we build the soil together, and you also get material, you get product right off of the tree. So you can come in, you can harvest your trees. Essentially, it's your tree, and you're able to grab the sticks, the flowers, the cuttings, the drumsticks. It's pretty much your tree. You can sponsor it. You know, we haven't had a situation yet where someone has asked to actually pull the tree out of the ground, but the point is to keep the tree in location. We're caring for it, we're taking care of it, we're watering it, we're maintaining it, we're cutting the grass. You can see I just cut the grass here yesterday. And we're caring for this orchard and this space. So we're out here, we just did 51. Let's go ahead and go back and we'll see where the number is. And right now we only have a half acre done. We still have a whole another half acre just over there. You get a plaque with your name on it. So we have different levels and tiers, different size trees. So like here you can see we have number 54 here that we just put in. We just cut that back severely yesterday just because there was a lot of dead branches. Plus we're trying to form all of our trees super low to the ground. That's the whole point, is that way our trees split low. You can see that's a low splitting tree. This is a low splitting tree. That's a beautiful tree. That's number 53. Right, then we've got number 52 we planted yesterday on camera. We did that one yesterday on camera, 52. And then we've got number 51 here, right next to this beautiful pollinator. This is a chash tree. We call it a Vitex laurel. Look at this baby. She's got purple. I call this the lavender tree. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful pollinator. Let's see if we got anything on there. It seems like she goes through cycles where she'll get pollinated. She has seeds, and I think some of those heavier ones over there that are kind of falling over here are like now thick and full of seeds. I could probably plant those seeds now that they're pollinated. But then she's got a whole nother set of flowers on her right now, purple flowers, lots of bees on her, and she's right out here next to our Mama Moringa number 51. And this is our Adopt a Tree program. Here, I'll zoom in on the sign. You can see here, we're going to get a little bit of a bigger sign as well, so you can put a QR code for your company. I give tours out here every day. We have tours, people come out to the farm. And so when people pass by, I would be promoting your business and say, hey, if you want to get roofing from this company, grab roofing from this company. Hey, if you need electrical from this company, grab it from this company. Hey, if you're looking for real estate, if you're a real estate broker, or if you're a real estate agent, you could adopt one of the trees out here and you can get your name on this tree. Number 51, she's popping. I would preserve her if I were you. This one is probably one of the biggest ones on the property for sure. She's a class A. As you can see here, we have a legend down here, the colors, dark green, medium green, light green. And then I might even start going through and editing this paper to where, say like for 51, 52, it's red. 52 is red. But I might go ahead and try to just write in there like, hey, this is now a class B, you know, or yeah, I don't know. She might even be considered a class C because she's really skinny down there at the base. You can see she's just real skinny. I definitely would classify that as like a class A for sure. Let's do some work. Let's do some work here. So we got 51 here for sure. That's 52. Then we got 53, 54. She's already labeled. Double row here. You can see we can walk right in the middle of our row. I like walking in the middle of my row. You might have a line right through the middle with trees right in the middle, and then you're walking on the side. I like to walk right in the middle. I like to be in the mix. And I like being able to create this this right here. This little beautiful architectural thing here, you know. Boom, I love that. Just creating kind of like that beautiful picturesque space to walk through as the trees get bigger. So we got 54, 55 right here, 56, 57, 58. Let's go ahead and just label number 58 here. This is 58 for sure. Okay, so I want to make sure 58, and then we've got 59, 60, 61, 62. Yeah, we're right on the money. So 58 here. Just to stay organized. We can keep track of our trees. Number 58 is going to be here. We're caring for the trees. I literally just pulled this off right here. This is why we're coming out here. Boom, we just pulled that off. This is soaking wet right here. This is rotting, soaking wet. Can't have that. You know what I mean? So I went through here and I mowed. Let's go ahead and just put this up right now before we lose it. 5, 8, 13. Okay. I got my gloves. Let's go ahead and clean this up, and then I'm going to pull some of the dirt away from her base. This is just a part of maintaining the field. People ask me, how do I make $1 million from moringa? Well, I didn't have any land or trees of my own making $1 million from moringa. Look at that. Take that off. I actually made $1 million from moringa on other people's properties. I used other people's properties. I didn't even have any land of my own. See, it's good to just kind of bring this back. Oh, look at that. I messed up there. Sorry, baby. She's rotten though. She's got to dry out. I think what I need to do is that was probably best for right now. At least that's what I'll tell myself. Sorry, baby. Let's go ahead and put her back in the ground here. We'll just see if she's resprouts for us. We're just putting all kinds of sticks back in. But then what we could do is, since she's already doing this, and now we can pull this away and dry this out. This is going to be the best thing that we can do right now, is get all this dried out. All right, now that we're clearing this out. All right. Is to go ahead and say, thank you, Miss Moringa, and then boom. That's going to give us our low split that we want. As she begins to grow up and thickens up this base here, right? She's definitely a class B for sure because she has this solid base. But now she's real short And she's going to potentially split out here. I like that. And let this one get real thick right here. Just let this one get real solid. She might even come back with another one here, but honestly, that one was rotted. It was just hanging kind of off to the side, so for good reason. Let this dry out. She might split out another one, but that's it for number 58. Let's kind of come back because we even have some back here real quick. I'll even just I'll just share this real quick here like this. We'll turn around here. Okay. And let's go ahead and just real quick, let's get 55. This is number 55. See, like this, I pulled off of 55 already. This was rotted, and I pulled that off of 55 probably a month or 2 months ago. Now she came up already. Within 2 months, 3 months, this has come up. So this is good. Let's go ahead and clean that. Good. Now she's got 4, but this one's just kind of sucking off of this one. So we're just going to bring this one completely back. Here, we don't need that. But I really love how there's nothing coming into the row. But now is our chance to get a real solid, short, low, and bushy. I'll leave this one tall just because I kind of like, you know, too tall. Like, I don't need to do them all up the same size. Get these short and bushy. This one will pop up here. That way have layers. We'll have layers to that. So we'll get this in the bin. Excuse me. Okay. Let's get this one here. Notice how this one is rotten. So if we have 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 55, 56. So let's get 56 over here. She's also kind of rotten out a little bit. You can see I just pulled some pieces off here. Okay, like this. It's just rotten out. This has got to get sunny and dried out. All right, that's a solid piece there, though. This is going to rot out. That's going to dry out. This is, boom, rotting. This is frost damage. Okay, this is a weed coming right through the middle of that. She's solid, though. Oh, yeah, she's going to heal up good. That's what's crazy about moringa, man. Let's go ahead and bring her back short. We'll keep this one just a little bit longer. She'll pop out. Boom. All right, so that was 56. 56 is a beautiful Class B. These are all pretty much Class Bs. Some of the oldest trees that I put in the field is this row right here. This was one of the first rows that I put in. You can see that our intensive beds are starting to get real big. Those big trees, we're going to throw those on sale. We just launched the big tree sale yesterday. And you can see just by me standing here, they're already, 6 feet, 8 foot tall. Here, this is a nice big tree. I'll start pulling these big trees out and start showing, and we'll also start cutting back all of this. This is greens. This is all good greens. We'll just bring all of these trees back now. Boom, 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 boom. And it'll thicken these big trees up. I like this zone because this zone is a little shady. Over here, we got a nice big oak tree right here. And she's keeping us nice and shady right now. Let's go ahead and get 57 here. 57's got a little bit of size to her. And you can receive some of this material. Right now, these trees are not taken. Once someone reserves it, I'll have a sign for them. And then we will, when we harvest, we'll keep track of that exact tree. I want to see everybody get all the A trees, Class A trees first. Look at that, see? This one's just kind of coming in the middle here. Look at that. Let's get that out of there. This one's just kind of coming in the middle as well. Just some branches going in the middle. This is going to help open up. Now that we're really getting into summer. There we go. Look, this one was last year's. Boom. That was last year's. I cut this back, this here, in like November. And then she went all through December, January, February, March, and we had frost. November, December, January, we had one frost every single month. This is rotten right here. We don't want to keep this. We definitely don't want to keep this here. This is how we are making sure our trees are cared for, right? So something drastic I might do. This one's okay here, even though it's kind of coming into the aisle. What I might do is just, because this right here is coming out here, I don't necessarily want to cut that there. This one's kind of coming out to this side. Here, I'm looking at the collars. Oh, here's a collar right here. I want that collar right there to pop. So I cut it there, so that way that collar pops this way right here, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily want to cut it here because it'll pop out into the aisle. I want it to pop right here. A new stem will pop out. So let's go ahead and just get this back as well. I'm looking structure-wise. That's a nice collar right there. Boom, we'll pop it right there. Same thing with this. I do kind of like this kind of coming out into this space, out a little bit. Yeah, but we can go ahead and solidify this one up a little bit more. Keep that one a little short. Ooh, this tree is actually turning into a nice short shaped tree. Oh, this is broken all the way around. But if I cut this back down here, there's a place that can pop down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bring her back because she's split all the way down here. And she's got nice, healthy wood right there. Just leave her there for now. Yeah, this is going to help open up this center here, get all that stuff out of there, all the ants and stuff. Boom. Beautiful. That was 57. Then we're going to 58 over there, which we just took care of. Let's move the cart down a little bit. Keep going down. We've got some chaya right here. And we're going to be putting in a bunch of other stuff too, Mexican sunflowers. We got some cuttings that I just laid out in here so I can pull out. And we just did a cutting video. We'll have that out here shortly. But let's get through the aisle here. Nice, this is why I made this perfectly just like this. And we've got a bunch of cuttings. So what I can do is, in a place that's a little empty like this, oh, we've got a nice cactus coming in here. You see the cactus? The opuntia cactus in here? Yeah. Nopales. Let's get some nopales. Let's clear this out here. Let's show that. Next to the chaya. This is in between. Oh, excuse me, baby. I'm a little wild. Cuídate. Be careful. Take it easy. Okay. All right, then we've got a chaya right there. And the chaya will help also produce a little bit more shade, keeping the grass back. Now, it's a game to keep up with the grass now that we're producing more shade in this region. There we go. Nice. This chaya here, let's go ahead and get this chaya stood up a little bit more. So she's standing straight. Boom, I love that right there. Look at that family bloodline. All right, look at that teamwork. I'm starting to really get lots of varieties out here. I want this food forest to be thick with all kinds of stuff. This is really just kind of getting it going. I had to make a living. I had to get moringa out here. Now we can start putting other things. You can see the Seminole pumpkin coming in right here. There's chaya right here, just in the bottom left. There's chaya there. There's a pointia cactus. There's Mexican sunflowers up here that I just cut back. Oh, look, this baby right here, she has some drumsticks on her. She's got some drumsticks. Number 59 here. But what I was going to show you is I got this cutting here. And then what I can do is I can just stick this in between areas. Oops. I can just kind of stick this in between areas and just see if she'll root. She's got the tip on her still. But I laid these cuttings out right here just to start doing that. Little by little. There's empty spaces out here. Right? So I want to go ahead and just start getting cuttings up. That's why I brought them out here. I just laid them out here so that way when I'm here, when I'm working right here, I can stand this chaya up. Here, I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, I just kind of stood that chaya up right there. And just on the outskirts here, I can put more cuttings in the ground like this. Yeah, just out here in the orchard, just load this place up. Some of these areas don't really have much mulch still. Let's see. I'll go ahead and just use my saw. This is going to help keep the grass back more. So like this right here, one of the things I can do is just dig in a little bit with the saw and get this baby in. There we go. And then just move that around. Another way to do it, I'll show you. It doesn't look as good. It's a little bit messier. If you can see me out here, just behind this. Let me cut this back then and I'll show you. Let's cut this baby back. 59. She's cool. She's kind of tall. I can keep her that tall. Got lots of rotting pieces on her here. Ants in there. Kind of like how that one goes like that, kind of to the side and in. Because all of this is rotten right here. Yeah, even that is kind of rotten too, but she might do better there. I just cut this back like that. That'll hold tight. And then what I can do to kind of really bring this one, see here, I'm kind of contemplating even bringing this all the way back. This is a way to restructure a big tree. So that way she's a little bit shorter. Focuses on this a little bit more, building out this. And then honestly, like, let's open her up. And really open this tree up. Open the center up like that. Yeah. So that way here in the next year or so, I can come and stand in it right here and possibly get into it. Let's pull this away. Pull the grass away so she doesn't have so much competition here. She's nice now, and then we can pop this top. Boom. She should bush out real nice. That's intense. I know. Let me show you. Here. So yeah, we really brought her back. You can see I put it at a severe angle as well. So that way it kind of connects down with this one, and this kind of just becomes one flow. Pop top, pop top. All of this will bush out, and thicken up. I mean, honestly, if I really, really wanted to bush this baby out, I'd bring her back to here, and she'll begin to push out more low. By doing this severe, some of these down here might pop, little ones. So that way we can still keep this one. These ones will pop, and then over time we can pull this one back as these ones begin to pop. That way we're just not stuck with and left with nothing. And this is what I wanted to show you. Some pumpkins, keeping those babies stretched over here. Don't want them going in the aisle though, because these little babies will suffocate the trees. But I'm just kind of putting them back in the row here, and just we're keeping them next to the aisle. So we're just putting them in next to, and they're starting to get flowers. They're starting to get Seminole pumpkins on them. So we just keep them coming down the aisle here. And we're weeding, getting out the vines little by little every day. This is a big part of farming. It's just coming out for like an hour, 2 hours in the morning, and then making videos and coming into the AC a little bit in the middle of the day. So this is what I was going to show you, is that what you can do really is even go at an angle. If I'm in a zone that doesn't really have a lot of mulch, I can, instead of going straight up, I can go at an angle like that. It still gets in there, and then we'll cut it back. Oh yeah, see, like that. There's a lot of mulch in that area. There just might be a little bit low spot right here. But this is us really just thickening out this area. See, there's not a lot of mulch right there. So what you can do is kind of come in at an angle to get a little bit more depth. This is still good. And within the next week or two, I could notice that this is going to sprout. Then I cut that back, and then that begins a whole new tree right there. It doesn't look as pretty, you know, as say like straight up and down, but that's what we're doing right now, is getting this field really, really thickened with sticks. So that's what I'm going to do here. We'll go ahead and take a little break. We got 58. I'm going to go in, get some water. 58, 59. Let's go ahead and label 60, 61, and then 62. Let's go ahead and label 62 real quick, and then you can see also what I'm doing here is I got some jewels of opar down here at the bottom. Let's put 62 here. So we'll label this one. We're getting up to the end here, and I just stuck this in the ground last week. But what I want this to do is to serve as a succulent in the times where it doesn't rain a lot, and also just brings in more pollinators. Let's go ahead and put number 62 in here, baby. She's a number, she's like a class She's probably still a Class A, but she's looking good. We'll split her out at the top here, 62. There we go. See, we got some Mexican sunflower that I just cut back. Here, this was really big. I mean, these branches were super big and tall. Here, I just cut this Mexican sunflower back. Let's see here. Yep. I just cut this Mexican sunflower back yesterday right here. She was super big and just filling out this space. And good. Looks like she came back from last year. Some of these Mexican sunflowers even died back. They're real tropical as well. But I started by putting the Mexican sunflowers in the middle, in between, right? So we've got a double row. It's stagger, you know, so I have the center line. So I go a couple feet over, a couple feet over. I've got a tree here, and then 10 feet down is another tree. 10 feet down is another tree. But what I did was I staggered to where if I go over and down 5, I've kind of got like a tic-tac-toe checkerboard. If I wanted to, I could find an empty spot that doesn't have anything. Like there's a Mexican sunflower in this one. Like this one died right here. So I could just stick this in the ground right here, like this. And she could take, actually, she's kind of tall for this area. So let's go ahead and just cut that back a little shorter, and I'll even stick her at an angle. And that'll ensure that she comes up right there. In between. So I put up chaya in between that one. There's nothing in between this one. I'm gonna go get some cassavas, and we'll come back and we'll get some cassavas. We'll get this tree back. We'll get this tree back and this tree back. We'll just take a quick break. We'll load up at the table, and we'll be right back. Great, we just got a bunch of greens harvested from the field. Let's get it on the table so we can go get some more. Okay. This is just from a couple of small trees. We'll set those here right in the shade. We'll come back and we'll keep stacking up because every day now we just need to get more and more greens, fill the dry room up, and have faith that what we're doing right now, the amount of attention and content that we're making and showing every step of this process makes it a lot more clear as to what it takes to have a moringa farm and to make consistent income. Right now we're at about $300 to $500 a day in revenue and sales from products between powder, spice, tea, oil, supplements. And our goal is to get to $1,000 a day. That's when we start making a little bit more off of merchandise, books, tools, equipment, and memberships. Memberships are a big part of our growth strategy. The sponsorship package that we have available for anyone really that wants to sponsor these trees is an opportunity for us to pay for the property. As I begin to divide our revenue into sections and quadrants, I can say that the revenue that we make from sponsorships pays for the cost of the land, you know, so the mortgage, the rent, the insurance, the cost of maintenance of the property. This work that I'm doing out here, I could hire hands for the maintenance of the property. Infrastructure, building a new greenhouse, building new processing space, infrastructure, new driveway, you know, the things that we need to do, new equipment, like a mower. Right now I'm mowing by hand with a little push mower, which it looks like I need to do a little bit of these aisles here, but the pumpkins are actually taking over the space, which is really, really beautiful. This is turmeric here. This right here is just turmeric. So, you know, I'm pouring my heart out and sharing my story here. Let's have a little seat and a little chat. You know, it's hot. It's like a sauna out here. It's 100 degrees out here. And I just had to go in and take a little break, drink some water, cool down a little bit. My shirt was soaked. I go through like 2 or 3 shirts before 12 o'clock. And I tell my story. I tell everything. And I even put on my Facebook the other day that I'm looking for an investor. I'm looking for someone to help expand this operation and to get to a store. As great as this farm has served me for about 4 or 5 years, when we got on that video with John Kohler in 2020, it was great. We were making $10,000 a week in sales. That video now has like 2 million views across all the channels. It's got like 1.5 million views just on YouTube. And then I've posted it a couple places and it's blown up. Other people have posted it, it's blown up. And that's when John Kohler first came here. I was literally only here for 1 week when he filmed that video. And we went to a location down the street from here. The point is that I have like 100 properties around the neighborhood that are asking me if they can come drop their stuff off here. And I don't have the space to dry everyone's. I barely have the space to get what we have in the field now on a daily basis into the dry room. We can pump out maybe 20 pounds a week. And we only have like a 10 by 10 dry room with racks on it. There's a building that we just found just by posting the other day, yesterday or 2 days ago. We just were driving by. I said, you know, Catherine, my girlfriend, I said, let's go for a drive. Let's just go downtown. We have to get some groceries. Let's go downtown, but with the intention of finding a property. Let's look for some land. Let's look for a store. All right. So we drove down Main Street, you know, Collins Street in Plant City, and we're like, oh, look at that little plot. Look at that little plot. Oh, that one's for sale. We pulled over, took a picture of it, and I posted that picture to my Facebook. And little did I know, there's a local Plant City realtor that loves moringa and is a friend of mine on Facebook. And she commented, actually, what happened was I posted it to the Pace Morby creative financing group. I waited 3 days for them to post it. I posted it. I waited for the admin to post it to actually go to the group. And sure enough, after 3 days, I noticed that it was live. Boom, I got the notification, it's live. Oh my gosh, it's live. And within a few hours of it being live in that group, which has hundreds of thousands of people in that group, real estate, I had a comment on there from Clarissa. Then Clarissa went to my Facebook and saw that I had also posted it on my Facebook, looking for an investor to buy a property downtown with the one that I had passed by the other day. And she said, on the comment, because she's already familiar with the area, she's like, I think that property is still available. It's going for $4.8 million, and hit me up if you want to talk about it. I called her as soon as I saw that comment. I'm proactive. I called her. So I called her, got on the phone, and she said, hey, you know, there's this property, it's got 2 acres. There's this property, it's got 5 acres. No, I'm sorry, I'm not looking for land. I have access to millions of acres of land. I have access to hundreds of millions of moringa trees. That's not the problem. The problem is that we need a central hub for the collective to have a store and to process and dry on Main Street, essentially downtown, wherever that is, whether it's Lakeland, Plant City, Brandon, anywhere in between. We need something near I-4, I-75. This is in the cut, you know, this is in the back. This is in the back of a cul-de-sac. It's in the boonies, you know, freaking FedEx and Amazon, they're scared to come back here because You know, it's a dead end, essentially. There's nobody out here. It's quiet. It's nice as a retreat, meditation, Reiki, private space. It's got, you know, some work that needs to get done on the driveway. It's bumpy. It's back in here where it's really like a private farm, which is what we want to serve the community and have a private sanctuary here. As we begin to go more public out in the street, I want to have a main street with a Google pin that says, this is our store, come through. We have better hours, because right now I'm just 10 to 2 because it's just kind of back here. I don't want people coming back here, you know, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. But if we have a spot on Main Street, better believe that the hours are going to be a little bit more accommodable for people to stop in after work. You know, they get off. We could be open until 7, 8 o'clock at night, and people can come. We can make content out of the building. We can process in the back. So Clarissa and I got on the phone. We talked. She's like, I get it now. You're not looking for land. No, I'm looking for a building with parking, no grass, no land, no anything, just property. Warehouse, building. Give me 3,000 square foot of a building so that way I can just dry as many greens as possible. I'll bring the whole state. I'll tell everybody, come drop your greens off and we'll pay you cash for your greens by weight. Come and bring your weight to the store and we'll dry it there on site at the store. We don't need land to dry. We just need a place where people can come and drop off, pull around the back and drop off their stuff. This is something that we could accept, wash up there, dry up there. We don't need land there. We have hundreds of properties, acres and acres and acres, and millions of trees already that need to just be cut and processed. People are not doing this work that I'm doing. You guys can see that I'm out here every day. I'm cutting, and then having to wash and put on the racks. If people were to cut, or if we were to have a central location where we could advertise, you know, strong young guys that are going out in a van and coming back, we could pay people by just cutting and bringing it back. We'll say, hey, we're looking for people with vans and people with hands that can cut and drop off, because we've already got hundreds of properties of trees that are growing huge right now, that if we could just open up the space to say we could process hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds a week, there's no doubt that we can lower our price, sell a lot more, provide a lot more value to our community, and to be able to get this vitamin-rich, mineral-rich, protein-rich green out to many, many more people. So that's our goal. This is the Adopt-a-Tree program. If you are sticking with this video, you can see here that we've got our map, and I'm an architect, so I like to lay things out. I got color-coded numbers, and that's what we're doing right now, is we're going out to the field and we're checking out our numbered. I think I still have the blade out in the field. So let's just go. I think I left the blade out in the field. Let's go together. And I'll turn this around and we'll hang out here. Let's go for a little walk. What do you think? Yep. We're rocking. You guys can hear me, hopefully. Let's go for a little walk out in the field. Like I said, that's turmeric. And yeah, sun is out, heat is out. This is our natural sauna. That's the hedge. So that's hedge area there. So we've got trees number 13, 16, which we cut back last week. And look, she's already coming back. All right, 16, 17, 18. She's already coming back. 18 here. There's the Adopt-a-Tree sign here. We're going all the way up to 51 here in this spot. 51's a beast. Class A, go ahead and get 51. We've actually got to get those greens in the shade. That's one reason why we're coming down here. And we're making sure that we come through here. We got our Vitex Laurel here. Yeah. Which actually I want to go ahead. Pretty sure I got the saw out here still. That's 58 right here. 58's right here. 59, 60. So okay, we're at 60 right here. I might even just set this here and we'll hang out right here in the cart. Let's see where my cutter is. Here, 60. It's here. Oh, here's the cutter. Yeah, we've got to get this brought back. We can't have this sitting in the sun like this. So this is the whole point, is get these brought back to single pieces here. We'll get these in the shade. Just can't have these greens in the sun like that. You know, a lot of farms, if you're buying moringa from outside the country, they are drying out in the sun. But we don't dry in the sun. We dry inside in a climate-controlled environment. This is us just hacking back, getting this grass back. We don't want this moringa to be so wet, right? At the base, that causes rotting. We want to get some of this grass back. This is us every day. Oh, look, there's some spider webs in here. This is helping to address and give these trees some space. I think the spiders are in here because this is actually a full rotted piece down in here. I'll bring the camera in here so you can see. This is what we're doing. And then when we get to the end, guess what? By the time we get to the end of this, probably next week, and we work our way down, the ones that we hit last week are already going to be poofy. Let me show you what happens, why we need to cut these back. You can see here, lots of dead. This is also what's happening here with the grass. See that? Spider warts and stuff. All that stuff causing a ruckus. So let's go ahead. See, this is just rotten right here. I mean, this is just rotten all the way down in here. So she's going to be brought way back. But she's good right there. She's clean right there. What I might do, I've got to get this one all the way back. Yeah, this is gonna open this baby up, get her dried out, clean up all this. I can't have this like this, rotten all the way down in there. No point in keeping that. We got to keep our trees healthy, actually. But this is nice. Honestly, what I might do is bring that back right there. That's rotten right there, but this isn't. But what I might do is there's a collar right here. So that way she splits up here and just has something. Is just bring her back right here. Because there's a collar right here. I don't want that to pop and that to go into this one. I want the outside collar to pop out this way. That'll also give time for these down here to pop. That'll give time for this down here to pop out. Now she's got access to full sun and she can dry out. I've seen some really amazing things happen to these trees. They get the sun, they heal. They heal up. Oh, this might be a little snake den down in there. Let's get the soil out from around here. Oh, but she's solid in there, man. She's freaking solid, baby. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little love tap. All right. Boom. She's pretty. This one's kind of coming out a lot of it into the aisle. What I might do is, excuse me. There's a collar right there. She's going to pop right there. Let's go ahead and just bring that back right there. This is just kind of coming out to the aisle. But if she pops right here, we could bring her and form her back into a thing. We might pull this out eventually. Once this pops and this pops, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. And this might just be in the middle.